I would worry about things, I'd be concerned about things, and I was just stuck, kind of, my tires were spinning and I wasn't getting anywhere. Those worries really kind of took on a life of their own. Things that would be a minor stressor for someone would really, really affect me, and I couldn't kind of get over it. It was more like just a prisoner to these worries and these thoughts. And I didn't necessarily know to give it a name, that it was an anxiety disorder, that I was struggling with anxiety, that there was something that could be done about it. I thought that was just life and how life was, and I just wasn't as good at coping with it as other people. My name is Tasha, and I have generalized anxiety disorder.
Generalized anxiety disorder is a condition where people are really dealing with lots of intense worry that really interferes with their day-to-day functioning. Most people with generalized anxiety disorder worry about a number of different themes. They might be worried about financial difficulties. They might be worried about bad things happening in the future. Often a focus is worry about health or safety of family members or loved ones.
I had some very specific concerns about my little brother's health. I had a younger brother, and I was always imagining and worrying about him getting hurt or being killed, and all these elaborate stories in my head that I used to run through. And you get stuck. The worry it takes over. You're prisoner to the worry. It's hard to even have a conversation with someone about anything other than what you're worried about. It really just kind of comes in like a poison and just takes over everything.
The process for working on generalized anxiety disorder, there's sort of two main ways we can go about tackling this problem. One is using medication approaches, and the other is using psychological treatments. Probably the principal way that we work on generalized anxiety disorder is what's called cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. And what that involves is learning more about what anxiety is, learning more about how the worry develops, understanding what the thinking patterns are, and learning how to shift those. So that might mean things like looking at your worrying style. Is it productive worrying versus unproductive worrying? If it's unproductive worrying, how can we move that towards a more problem-solving focus? We also really encourage people to work on facing their worries in a realistic way, because that can help reduce the fear that's associated with the worrying.
Until I learned the techniques to relax and to overcome and address it and challenge those thinking, I was stuck, I was paralyzed, I wasn't able to make any change. Then once I learned them, the first thing is I can identify when I'm doing it. Well, you know what, I've been thinking about this for a while, I've been worried about it, what have I done about it? First thing I do, I relax my body, I calm down, I look and do my breathing, and then I start and I open up and I talk to someone about it. What I would encourage people to do is don't be alone in this. Don't think that life has to be anxious, that life has to be all about worry, and that it's somehow something wrong with you, that this is the life you have to lead. It's so easy to treat anxiety disorders, and it's so empowering to learn those tools and get that knowledge. The choice to focus on reality and things that are going to happen and not get carried away by that worry, that choice is opened up once you have the tools to deal with anxiety. And live each day and not let the worries take over.